Hi everyone, I'm here with a sort of watercolour card. I streamed recently and I was asked by Jess to make a card because I was streaming a journal page. So I did, and she and Eileen pushed me out of my comfort zone and made me do this. So I thought I'd show you how I got to this stage. Or how I made the card. This was the card that I did yesterday on my stream. So I'm going to attempt it again, knowing what I do now. And we'll see how it turns out. So I just put on some Versamark ink on a Stampin' Up! Stamp, which is from a set called Sweetbriar Rose. Basically, it's just that. So, right, black embossing powder. Now, I know I could have just stamped this with an archival black ink, but I like the effect of the embossing that it gives, so that's why I chose to heat emboss it. So that's what I'm doing. Just grabbing a paintbrush and wiping away the few little areas, stray pieces of stray bits of embossing powder. I've cut the card in quarter, so it was an 8.5 by 11 piece of range of watercolour paper, and I cut it into fours, so it ends up being 4.25 by 5.5, and I'll cut it down again before I put it on a card front, so that's what I'm aiming to do. Okay, heat set that now. So I'm just taking some, oh no, Blue Violet archival ink. I should have done this at the start before I heat emboss that, but that's okay. It's, yeah, Blue Violet archival ink. And there were quite a few stray bits of embossing powder there that I didn't get rid of, so hopefully you won't see much of that when I heat set it. So and that script stamp is one that I've had for a long time, and I'm sorry, but I really can't remember the name of the manufacturer. So alright, dry that and then come back and we'll start to watercolour. So I've just taken out my Inktense pencils. I'm going to use Tangerine 0300 and Red Oxide 1910. So that and my water pen. So get off the blues that I had earlier and get colouring, I guess. So that I might do the lightest one first. Now for the leaves, I'm going to use 3 colours. I've got Sherbet Lemon 0100, Apple Green 1400, and Beach Green 1510. So I'm going to start off with the lightest one. Alright, next step, shading around it. This is the scary part. Okay. Okay, so I'm using Mauve 0740 and Red Violet 0610. So I'm going to start off with the darker one first and go from there. Wish me luck. So that was way too dark. So I think I'm gonna go, okay, maybe this one. What's this? Oops, this one is Carmine Pink 0520. So let's try that one instead of the, what was that? Red Violet 0610. So, alright, let's see. Yep. Much better. Okay, maybe I need to get some white on it just to tone it down a bit, maybe. The it's too defined for my liking, so I don't know what I've done wrong there. Maybe put too much on it, maybe that's my problem. Alright, let's go back with some white. I'll grab it out of here. Okay. whether it's doing any good or not. You know what, those flowers need a bit of livening up, and I reckon they need some twinkling H2Os. I'm just going to make my card base now. Out of the black cardstock. And then cut this down so that it is fairly even around. So if I cut down to, what's that? So if I go 4 1/4 down that way, so that takes off an inch. And if I do it, so 3 1/8 it needs to be. Okay. I cut my card bases to 4 1/8 by 5 1/4. So it sorry, 4 1/4. Because our cards don't measure 8.5 inches, they only measure roughly 8 1/4 inches wide. So I get 2 cards out of our A4 piece. Now, what I'm going to do with that first is chomp the top right and bottom left, just using the 1/4 inch circle chomp, just like that. So in doing that, I want to chomp this one at the 1/4 inch, bottom left of the card and the top right. And that's going to sit on there like that. So what I want to do now is ink the edges with archival black, or should I do the purple? No, the archival black, I think. Jet black. Now I'm going to adhere that with some 3D foam tape. And it's going to sit on there like that, and I'm also going to do a piece inside so that it can be written on. And voila. So I'm going to make another one and colour it using different colours, and then we can, yeah, I'll just do it in fast forward so you don't have to go through the whole thing again, but I'll show you what colours I used in that to see what sort of different looks you can get from it. Alright, thanks guys, bye.